Anyone can follow. It takes something special to be an original. Which is why the 2025 Lincoln Navigator SUV arrives with new ways of surrounding you in luxury, including the ultra-wide 48-inch panoramic display and the multi-sensory Lincoln Rejuvenate experience. A true original never stops evolving. So meet the 2025 Navigator, the original that's all new and better than ever. Learn more at Lincoln.com. Lincoln and Navigator are trademarks of Ford or its affiliates.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Carvana makes car selling fast and easy from start to finish. Enter your license plate or VIN and get a real offer in seconds, down to the penny. If you accept, Carvana will come pick up your car from your driveway. Or you can drop it off at one of our car vending machines. Either way, you get paid instantly. It's fast, transparent, and 100% online. Car selling that saves your time. That's Carvana.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
Sunday morning. With us today is Randy Mastro, and he is the first deputy mayor of the city of New York, working under Mayor Eric Adams. And Randy Mastro, give us an update. What's going on with the city? Is there any confusion coming on about the elections coming up? Or you tell us, is it a normal course of business?
John, we're still going full steam ahead here. Crime continues to fall. A lot of great news in the local economy. An improving quality of life in the city. So we're going to treat every like it's precious. And by the time we hit December 31, Mayor Adams and this administration intend to leave the city in good hands for whoever the next mayor will be.
Understood. Now, give us what is operations like right now? Usually, is people jumping ship, or they're still operating regular, normal course of business?
Well, John, the short answer is it's business as usual. You have a professional team here now that this mayor has put together for the past year. A professional team at the police department, headed by Jessica Tisch, continues to produce incredible results and make our city safer. We have a professional team here at City Hall. I joined early this year, as you know, and several other new deputy mayors. It's just a very strong team, and we're all going to continue to do our best by the city every day. So, of course, there are some people who will, over the coming weeks, decide to leave since the administration ends at the end of December. But curiously, John, yes, from what I've read in the papers about the candidate who's leading in the polls, he talks about how he'd consider keeping the police commissioner, he'd consider keeping the schools chancellor, he'd consider keeping the transportation commissioner. And he'd be wise to keep the housing and development team in place because they've produced affordable housing at a record unprecedented level in city history. But this is a guy who's running as a change agent, yet he talks about how he'd consider keeping all the top commissioners in the administration. I, for one, in City Hall, have already announced on your show that I would never work for a socialist. Here's a guy running, talking as a change agent, supposedly, and how the city is in crisis and needs such change, yet he talks about potentially keeping in office all of the top commissioners from this administration. I think that speaks pretty well of Eric Adams.
I think, listen, the thing I used to say about Eric Adams, I know him since he was a borough president of Brooklyn, and there was no skyline in Brooklyn until the 8 years Eric Adams was the borough president of Brooklyn. And then there was a skyline. So Brooklyn made a big move, and then the 4 years that Eric Adams had in New York, and he did a good job.
Well, I think history will be very kind to Eric Adams. And when it judges the accomplishments of his administration, crime down, record lows, major categories like shootings and murders, jobs up to record levels, all-time highs, including in the private sector, and affordable housing created at an unprecedented, remarkable rate. I think history's going to be very kind to this administration.
Understood. Anything else you want to tell the people in New York?
Please get out and vote. This is probably the most consequential mayoral election of our lifetimes. We are not a socialist city. We are a city of economic opportunity, a city of inclusion. We don't need a socialist mayor. We don't need a divisive mayor who's going to divide communities, arrest foreign leaders when they come here, have civilians decide the fate of police officers who have complaints against them, tax the 1% more, even though they contribute so much to the economic opportunity of the city. Something, by the way, he can't do on his own. He'd have to do through Albany and the state legislature, where he's served but accomplished nothing. He can't give free buses without the MTA, which is a state authority. He really can't do virtually anything that he says he wants to do without the help of the state. So don't. And
I was with President Trump last week, and he says he's not going to give any federal money unless the federal money goes into good spots. In other words, my recommendation to him was maybe he should have a monitor, maybe like Randy Mastro, to make sure that if the federal money comes in, it doesn't get wasted.
Well, look, we are at a critical point in city history. Are we going to become a socialist city? Are we going to be duped with promises of free this and free that that can't possibly be delivered? Or are we going to, once again recognize that it takes experience, it takes leadership, it takes a proven track record to run this city, and that we've made a lot of progress that will be reversed. And we have to deal with the federal government and the state government. And my God, the federal government ain't going to take too well to a socialist mayor. So I hope everyone will go out to the polls. I hope they will think about these issues carefully. And I hope they will vote for the future of New York City, a future of safety, economic opportunity, and affordable housing, all of which Eric Adams has been producing, and which the leading candidate, the socialist candidate, has no track record at all.
Randy Mastro, first deputy mayor of the city of New York, thank you for coming on this Sunday morning, and God bless you and God bless America, and we pray for New York that common sense will prevail.
And congratulations to you, John, on being named Broadcaster of the Year. It's a great honor and richly deserved.
Thank you.